My fiancé once told me, "Your family issues aren't my responsibility." When my younger brother needed help, I said, "You're absolutely right." But later, when her own sister landed in jail, I threw those very same words back at her. Suddenly, I was cold and heartless, while she begged me to step in. I'm 29, male, and I just need to get this off my chest because right now I'm being called every insult in the book. The funny part? I'm actually sleeping just fine. I've been with Monica, 27, for 4 years, and we've been engaged for 6 months. One thing about her, she is obsessed with boundaries. Her favorite line is, "Not my circus, not my monkeys." Which, honestly, I've always been fine with. I'm pretty independent myself. Now, my little brother Luis, 24, has had a streak of bad luck. Not drugs, not crime, just life piling on. He lost his job when his company downsized, his girlfriend dumped him, and then his landlord sold the building, forcing everyone out in 30 days. He was drowning. 3 weeks ago, he finally called me. Turns out he'd been living out of his car for a week, too proud to ask for help earlier. He asked if he could crash on our couch for just a month while he got back on his feet. He already had 2 job interviews lined up. That night, I sat Monica down and explained. He didn't need much, just a place to sleep. Her reaction? "Your family drama isn't my problem, Jerome. We've talked about this. I don't do family rescues." I reminded her it wasn't even money, just the couch. But she doubled down. "It's my space too." And honestly, if Luis had managed his life better, he wouldn't be in this mess. Poor planning on his part doesn't equal an emergency on mine. I just sat there, shocked. He was laid off. That's not poor planning. She rolled her eyes, saying, "Look, I'm not trying to be harsh, but I've worked hard to build our life. I don't want it disrupted by your brother. If you want to help him, put him in a motel. But he's not staying here. A motel for a month would cost thousands." Her response? "Then that's what helping him costs. Your family, your problem, your money." Here's some context. Monica makes solid money as a marketing director. I earn a good living as an electrician. We split bills 50-50, and we keep finances separate. Our apartment is under both our names. So I looked her dead in the eye and asked, "You're really making me choose between helping my brother and keeping the peace with you?" Her reply, "I'm not making you choose. I'm stating my boundary. Your family drama isn't my problem. If you can't respect that, maybe we're not compatible." That stung. She was willing to risk our entire relationship over my homeless brother. I stayed calm and said, "You're absolutely right. My family isn't your problem." She smiled, kissed my cheek, and said, "I knew you'd understand. That's why I love you. You're so rational." The next day, I called Luis. I couldn't let my little brother sleep in his car. I paid $1,400 out of my own savings for 2 weeks at an extended stay motel, helped him move his stuff, bought him groceries, and gave him some clothes for his interviews. Monica found out when she saw my banking app open. She asked, "You seriously paid for a motel?" I said, "My family, my problem, my money, just like you said." She looked annoyed, but didn't press it further. Good news? Luis nailed one of the interviews and started his new job the following week. He's now renting with a coworker. He's on his feet again. But then things got interesting. Last Tuesday, around 2 a.m., Monica's phone went off nonstop. It was her sister Vanessa, 31, calling again and again. Monica finally answered, and I could hear Vanessa sobbing. She'd been arrested. DUI. Not just that, she hit a parked car and tried to drive off, but someone called the cops. Monica started panicking, throwing on clothes, saying we needed to go bail her out. "We?" I asked, still lying in bed. "Yes, we. She needs help." I looked at her and said, "Your family drama isn't my problem, Monica." She froze, staring at me like I'd lost my mind. "Are you serious right now?" "Dead serious," I told her. Poor planning on Vanessa's part doesn't make it an emergency on mine. Luis was homeless, and you told me to handle it alone. I'm just respecting your boundaries. "This is different," she shouted. "How?" Luis lost his job. Vanessa chose to drink and drive. If anyone is responsible for their situation, it's her. She was speechless at first, then started screaming, calling me every name she could think of. I stayed calm. Your family, your problem, your money. Bail bondsmen take credit cards. She stormed out. Came home exhausted around 8 a.m. Turns out Vanessa's bail was $15,000. Monica had to fork out $1,500 for the bondsman. But oh, it didn't stop there. Update number 1. People wanted an update, so here it is. After the bail fiasco, Monica iced me out for 3 straight days. Then reality set in. Vanessa had a court date coming up, and she needed a lawyer. DUI with property damage and fleeing the scene? That's serious. Thursday night, Monica suddenly turned sweet. She cooked my favorite meal, opened a bottle of wine, and said softly, "Babe, we need to talk about Vanessa's situation." I looked at her and said, "Your family, your problem, remember?" Her face tightened. "Jerome, this is serious. She could actually go to prison." "Then she needs a lawyer," I said flatly. "Lawyers for this kind of case are at least $10,000. She doesn't have that." "Sounds like her problem," I answered. Monica slammed her wine glass on the table. "I can't afford that either, not after bail." Then maybe Vanessa should have thought about that before getting behind the wheel drunk. She glared at me, calling me cruel. I just leaned back and said, "I'm using your exact logic. How is it cruel when it's the same thing you told me about Luis?" That's when she tried a different tactic. That I know what I said about Luis was harsh, but this is different, Monica insisted. Vanessa could lose her job, her apartment, her whole life. I stared at her. Luis did lose his job and his apartment. And unlike Vanessa, he didn't break the law. "Can you stop dragging Luis into this?" she snapped. "Can you stop being a hypocrite?" I shot back. That fight got nasty. She accused me of holding grudges, being manipulative, and not caring about her family at all. So I pulled out my ace, a voice memo. Yeah, I'd recorded our original argument about Luis. Figured it was smart to have it after she threatened to call off our engagement. I played it back for her. Her own voice, crystal clear. "Your family drama isn't my problem." She lunged for my phone, trying to delete it. I stopped her. "Different context," she yelled. "No," I said calmly. "It's the same. Except your sister actually broke the law." The very next day, Monica's parents, Roberto and Diana, called me. They'd always treated me like one of their own. Roberto said, "Jerome, we heard you're refusing to help with Vanessa's situation." I told them plainly, "I'm just applying Monica's boundary consistently. Family problems stay within that family." Diana chimed in, "But you're engaged. You're practically family." "Funny," I said. "Because when my brother was homeless, Monica told me family problems were individual responsibilities. I'm respecting that boundary." Silence. Then Roberto asked, "She really refused to help Luis?" "Luis was living in his car," I explained. "Monica said it wasn't her problem. She even threatened our engagement if I let him stay with us." Dead quiet. Then Roberto muttered, We didn't know that." "Ask her," I told them. And they hung up. An hour later, Monica stormed in, furious. "You told my parents about Luis?" "They asked why I wouldn't help," I said. "I explained I was following your rules. You're trying to turn them against me." "No," I replied. "I'm telling the truth. If the truth makes you look bad, that's on you." That Saturday, Vanessa showed up at our place. She looked awful, hadn't been sleeping, stress eating, the works. "Jerome, please," she begged. "I know Monica was wrong about Luis, but I'm desperate. I could lose everything." "You should have thought of that before driving drunk," I told her. "I made one mistake," she cried. "One mistake that could have killed someone. Luis's mistake was working for a company that downsized. You're really going to ruin my life over a petty grudge?" "I'm not ruining anything," I said. "You ruined it when you chose to drive drunk. And it's not a grudge, it's consistency." She broke down in tears. Monica rushed out to comfort her, glaring at me. "You're heartless." "No," I replied. "I'm exactly as heartless as you were 3 weeks ago. Same energy, different target." Vanessa left. Monica packed a bag. She said she was going to stay at her parents' to figure things out. Take your time, I said. But rent's due in a week. Your half is $1,100. She slammed the door so hard the frame shook. Update number 2. Monica moved back in after 4 days at her parents' place. Turns out they weren't as sympathetic as she expected once they knew the full story about Luis. But the real drama began when Vanessa's case advanced. Her public defender advised her to plead guilty for a lighter sentence. Vanessa panicked. She wanted a real lawyer instead. She started a family group chat. Yep, I was still in it, begging everyone to pitch in. The relatives split into 2 camps. Some said the family should rally together. Others said she made her bed. Now she had to lie in it. Then Monica's cousin Antonio dropped a bomb. Didn't Monica refuse to help Jerome's homeless brother? Why should we help Vanessa? And just like that, the tea spilled everywhere. Roberto and Diana had apparently told the whole family over Sunday dinner. Monica got roasted in the chat. Her aunt wrote, "So family only matters when it's your side? Luis was homeless, and you said not your problem. That's cold." Monica tried to spin it. That was different. We have boundaries. Antonio clapped back. Boundaries for his family, but not yours? That's not boundaries. That's selfish. Then Vanessa, in desperation, did something incredibly stupid. She posted on social media asking for donations for her legal fees, painting herself as a victim. Someone, not me, I swear, commented with the actual police report. DUI, property damage, fleeing the scene. The post blew up in her face. Her job saw it. She worked for a nonprofit, and they fired her for violating their social media policy and morality clause. Monica came home crying. Vanessa lost her job. Consequences, I said. She's going to lose her apartment, just like Luis did. Stop bringing up Luis, she shouted. Then stop being a hypocrite, I replied. She hurled a plate at the wall. I calmly started recording on my phone. You're destroying my family, she screamed. Vanessa destroyed herself, I said evenly. I'm just not cushioning her fall. I'll never forgive you for this. You threatened to end our engagement over my homeless brother, I told her. Why should I care about your forgiveness? That's when she dropped the ultimatum. Either you help Vanessa or we're done. I laughed. Out loud. Monica, we were done the second you told me my brother sleeping in his car wasn't your problem. I just stuck around to watch you choke on your own standards. You stayed for revenge. No, I corrected. I stayed because I pay half the rent and don't break leases. But, yeah, watching you squirm has been a bonus. That night, she officially moved out. Yesterday, Vanessa took a plea deal. 6 months license suspension, probation, community service, mandatory AA meetings, and $5,000 in fines. No jail time, lucky her. But without a job and with a DUI on her record, she's now living with Roberto and Diana. Monica's there too. I kept the apartment. Luis moved in as my roommate after Monica left. His new job's going great. He pays his share, cleans up, does his dishes, and never once tells me that family doesn't matter. Best roommate I've ever had. This morning, Monica texted me, "You destroyed everything over petty revenge." I replied, "No. I applied your boundary consistently. Your family drama isn't my problem, and neither are your feelings." Then I blocked her. Final update. Honestly, I wasn't planning to update again, but the ending is too perfect. Monica tried to save face, not with me, but with her reputation. She started telling everyone I was abusive, controlling, manipulative. Bad move. She forgot about the recording. When her friend Jasmine texted me, calling me trash for abandoning Monica, I sent her the clip. Monica's own voice saying, "Your family drama isn't my problem." Jasmine went silent. Word spread. Monica's friend group split. Half said she got what she deserved, half defended her. That second half shrank once they learned the full timeline. Monica threatened our engagement over my homeless brother, then demanded I rescue her drunk driving sister. The lease came up for renewal. Luis and I decided to upgrade. We found a nice 2-bedroom closer to his work. He's already been promoted. Turns out the kid thrives when given a fair shot. On moving day, Monica showed up with her tea. Jerome, I want to talk about us. We can fix this. There is no us, I told her. I know I was wrong about Luis, she said, but you were cruel about Vanessa. I treated Vanessa exactly the way you taught me to treat family in crisis, I said. If that's cruel, what does that make you? She started crying. I loved you. No, I corrected. You loved having me. There's a difference. Someone who truly loves you doesn't threaten to leave when your brother is sleeping in his car. I was just protecting our space, she whispered. And I was protecting my standards, I replied. Turns out they're higher than yours. She left without another word. A week later, Roberto called to apologize. Said I'd been right all along. Even admitted that having Vanessa live with them was a nightmare. She was entitled, unhelpful, and constantly whining about her unfair situation. If you'd helped, none of this would have happened. She keeps telling us, he said, sounding exhausted. I told him, if she hadn't driven drunk, none of this would have happened. He sighed. We know. Monica still defends her, though. Then they deserve each other, I said. He chuckled sadly. We liked you, Jerome. We wish things had been different. They could have been, I replied. But Monica made her choice. Later, I found out Monica was already back on dating apps. Her bio? She's looking for someone family-oriented with strong values. The irony made me laugh out loud. Meanwhile, Luis and I are doing great. He's dating someone nice, saving money, and thriving. We have dinner together most Sundays, just brothers catching up. He thanked me last week for standing by him when no one else would. Always, I told him. That's what family does. Monica never understood that. She only cared about family when it was hers. Her loss. Honestly, she did me a favor. She showed me who she really was, someone who preaches boundaries only when they work in her favor. Someone who treats my family as disposable but hers as sacred. Someone who wields ultimatums as weapons. In the end, the trash took itself out. Luis once asked me if I regretted how it all went down. Honestly, my only regret is not seeing Monica's true colors sooner. Could have saved myself the cost of an engagement ring. But watching her choke on her own words, seeing her parents finally realize who their daughter really is, worth every penny I won't get back. Vanessa's still dealing with her DUI mess. Monica's still single. Luis just got another promotion. And me? I'm at peace. Because here's the truth. My family drama wasn't Monica's problem. And her family drama sure as hell isn't mine.